Welcome to Texas Rent Relief. This video will demonstrate how to complete a landlord application and invite your tenants to apply. It will also demonstrate how to invite future tenants to apply. From the Texas Rent Relief webpage, texasrentrelief.com, use the Apply as a Landlord feature right here in order to set up your account. Once you're here, continue to application. You will need to first register. This will prompt an automatic email to you where you can set up a sign-in and password. Then you can come back in and sign in. You will get sent to your application where you can begin. This is what the first page looks like, the program overview. If you have a tenant who happened to apply before you and they provided you their ID number for their application, it's a 6-digit number, you would enter it here with their information. And this way it will automatically link your landlord application to their application. The rest of this page gives you the overview, the landlord documents needed to apply, any information on false fraudulent statements or fraud, waste, and abuse. At the bottom, when you begin an application, it will say complete and continue where this N is here, and you will hit that button, and a circle blue dot will turn into this solid blue dot, meaning that page is done. The section A is your landlord information. You enter your landlord owner name as it appears on the W-9, also the address as it appears on the W-9. Enter your landlord telephone number and email. If you have a DUNS number, you put it in A5. If you have an EIN, a TIN, you would put that in A6 with the drop-down box, and then enter the number here. You will also need to upload a copy of your W-9. If you do not have one, the W-9 form can be found on the Texas Rent Relief website under Forms and Resources. If you are a sole proprietor, you would then enter a Social Security number here and your government-issued ID along with your W-9. If your mailing address is different than your physical address, you can enter that under A10. In order for the Texas Rent Relief staff to be able to contact you if they have questions about your application or need additional information, it's always helpful to add an alternative landlord owner contact information. This could be a property manager's name, such as indicated here, Mary Manager, her phone number, and her email address. When you're finished, again, you would hit complete and continue. Under the tenants, you can enter them one at a time, or you can do a batch upload using this Excel form. On the Excel sheet, you would enter each tenant's name, email address, phone number, physical address, the rent amount, the lease begin and end date, any past due rent and fees, and you could do that for hundreds of individuals. When you're done with this, you will then enter a copy of each tenant's lease. It's really helpful if you put lease and then the renter's name next to it so that it's very identifiable as to which lease it is. Make sure that the lease contains the lease term dates, the amount of the monthly lease amount, who's on the lease, if it goes month to month after the lease term expires, if there are any other fees, and that you have the page that has everyone's signatures, yours and the tenant's signed and dated. Under Submit, this is your landlord certification that you're agreeing to the program rules and conditions, that any late fees or fees are in alliance with the Texas Property Code and that they're reasonable, that assistance is meant to come directly to you, and that you will not evict or remove a tenant from their unit for any months that are covered by Texas Rent Relief. If for any chance your lease has expired for the future months covered, you can either renew the lease for those months or additional months, or put them on a month-to-month lease to cover the months that will be assisted by Texas Rent Relief. And then you sign and date it at the end and you hit submit. When you do, you will see that your application will say application submitted, meaning that it is complete. You'll also see that all of these dots are now enclosed blue dots, meaning that every section has been completed. I can then view tenants that have applied, and I can see their ID numbers, I can see their name, and I can see their status. Application submitted, meaning it's complete. Application in progress, meaning that for some reason Laura and Monica here have both either not finished a section or they haven't hit the submit button. So you can help prompt them with that. There is also going to be on the website under Forms and Resources a status chart that will give you an idea of what each status means and what you can do to possibly help a client facilitate their application and to move it along. Once you are done, you can then sign back in and go back to your tenants if you need to invite additional tenants. And there's this box right here that says invite a tenant. From here, you type in the tenant's name, address, all their information, monthly rent, lease begin and end date, past due rent due, and any fees. And then when you hit send invite, it will invite that tenant to apply. And it will also link that tenant to you. So that is how you apply and invite future tenants. And we look forward to serving you through Texas Rent Relief. Have a great rest of your day.